When Trump supporters sneer at protests, what are they scared of? Asked Hadley Freeman in The Guardian. Link below. The piece carries the byline, "Critics knocking anti-Trump protests as stupid are just trying to close down debate. Democracy relies on dissent." Yeah, fine. Great. Oh, magic. Super smashing. Oh, well done to The Guardian. Well done, Miss Freeman. Lovely article. Sorry, I was just reading it for you to save you the time. Because nothing in the article is worth reading, just as nothing in the article is dissenting about anything. The entire piece is a statement of conformity. I was thinking today, walking back from the school run, that regular listeners might think me somewhat of a reactionary. Certainly, looking at Facebook tends to bring out the Colonel Blimp, link below, in me when viewing bunny ears, liberal, close bunny ears memes. But I'm an old-fashioned Bennite, brought up on a diet of John Pilger, link below, and good old-fashioned British post-war consensus politics, which is precisely why I'm so opposed to Miss Freeman, The Guardian, and this idiotic idea of opposition for the sake of the algorithm. None of this is new. Go back to the student protests, link below, the London riots, link below, or this interview on the BBC with a spokeswoman for UK Uncut, link below. In what sense is any of this democratic or a debate? All it achieved was the victory for the Tories in the 2015 general election and subsequent election of Jeremy Corbyn, with all the current chaos in the Labour Party. And no, I'm not talking about the vote last night on Article 50 when referring to the chaos, link below, because Labour has always been divided on the question of Europe. It is precisely this divide that drove so many Labour supporters to either leave the party to join UKIP or to vote for Brexit in order to have democracy and debate. Ironically, this is not a debate The Guardian is willing to have, as their endless ravings on the subject of staying in Europe has proven over the last year. But this is hardly surprising to anyone who has spent any time reading The Guardian or any bunny ears, left-wing, close bunny ears websites or publications. One thing that springs out of the articles is the number of writers who list the marches and demos that they have been on as if they are campaign medals, as if somehow they are representative of anything. Personally, I've only ever been on one protest, a candle-lit vigil outside the Chinese embassy on the day after the Tiananmen Square massacre. There were no speakers, no placards, just a group of us with lighted candles standing in silent witness for those who had died. Does this make me an expert on Chinese politics? No. Yet for some reason, going on an Occupy or an anti-cuts demo makes these people experts on banking and economics. And it's even worse when it comes to the issue of Donald Trump. I've never been one for the politics of innuendo, you know, the sort of thing. Well, that's the French for you. What do you mean? Well, it's the French. So it comes as no surprise that this bunny ears dissent, close bunny ears, and bunny ears debate, close bunny ears, is so heavily based in innuendo. The classic example was when Laura Kuenssberg stood up at the White House press conference, link below, and asked totally irrelevant questions based on nothing more than Chinese whispers that supposedly the British people wanted to know the answers to. Had anyone bothered to stop and think about anything? For instance, why Trump believes torture works? They might ask a serious question about his links to the mob. But, of course, they don't. And so we get a BBC journalist wasting everybody's time babbling on about some notional point about whether Trump wants to bang women up for abortion, which is a complete non-story. No wonder he mocked her, and no wonder he is so happy to see all these protests. Because let's be honest, for every vote they gain, they lose 2 or 3 or 10, and this process simply accelerates the longer the protests continue. And worse, they drive the fake news agenda by encouraging publications like The Guardian to hire people from these protests to write articles, thus driving out writers with genuine opinions, which in turn further closes down debate and democracy. So yeah, keep wandering about with your placards if you support Donald Trump.